Good day, everyone. Mr. Joe here, Mr. Joe TV. Today we'll be we'll be giving you an update on Veve and the ecomi ecosystem. The truth is, if you'll be following me up on NFTs, you understand that I've been very bullish on Veve. And Veve is a premium licensed digital collectible platform where you can buy and sell NFTs. So I've been pretty bullish on it, and right now there are a lot of challenges that are making people feel like, oh, the project is done with. But the truth is, it is not done with. I am still pretty much bullish, okay, and I'm going to explain why in this video. Now the thing is, if you've been an investor in this space, if you've been following up the crypto and blockchain space, you understand that it is all about circles. It is all about circles. And we have the bullish circle and the bearish circle. Or you could say the bear market and the bull market, right? So right now it looks like we're in a bear market when it comes to VV. And it's not just VV, there are some other NFT platforms that are also down in terms of price. Now, when you come to altcoins, it's recently that some started, recovering from its long bear market. Okay, so now for Vivi, the major challenge people are having with Vivi is the fact that they cannot cash out. And don't get me wrong, I am not happy that that is happening because despite the fact that I tried to use Bitcoin as an example, where back in the days, there were no exchanges. We are exchanging within ourselves via peer to peer, right? But the thing is, developers, they never try to like lock anybody out. Like it was open. It was open for anybody to develop things on, right? For anybody to like use this for the main purpose. They focused on their goal, which is to get Bitcoin to be used for as a means of exchange, right? Between one person and the other, and see a way to use it in place of fiat, right? So now, but when you come to Vivi, they started this platform, and in their mind they try to lock people out, and now that it's now big, it's becoming a problem. How do you do it without it affecting the system? Well, I still believe they can still get it right, but when you talk about cash outs, it doesn't make sense. For me, it doesn't make sense to say people cash out and the team will be the one paying people or something like that, and then they will now say some countries will have problem with that because of their laws and stuff. That's not the general idea of crypto. I know NFTs, no matter how you want to talk about it, it's gained traction because of crypto. And crypto is all about, freedom. It's all about people being free to manage their finances, being free to, do things differently and not being controlled by government, not being controlled by big institutions and stuff. I mean, we have Web 3.0 coming up, and that's just like the major thing people are talking about, right? And so when the team now makes it too centralized that they have to be the one to pay people, to me, it doesn't make sense. So I think what makes more sense is Vivi, the collectibles to Omai. Yes, because you did your initial coin offering, or was it initial exchange of whichever one that was used to launch Omai, and one of the things you put in your one of the things Vivi put in their white paper was the ecomi, sorry, was Vivi, to build a digital collectible platform. And people said, okay, that's nice, that's fine. And what was supposed to be utility for Omai? The utility is that it's going to be used for purchasing these collectibles. And you launch this platform without, adding these things up. Or maybe you did it initially when you started and you removed it, right? And now it is now becoming tough for you to implement that. You come up with a lot of things like government license and stuff. This is, come on, this is crypto. This is crypto. If a country where you want to get license from is giving you tough time, you could find a way to go to another country and get these things done. Yes, platforms have done it. You don't keep telling us this stuff like this is not the blockchain and crypto that we've been in, and people have done things and people can exchange, within the same ecosystem. So I think whatever it is that they are playing, it's the best play would be to allow people to exchange their collectibles for, oh my, just like people exchange their digital collectibles on Binance or on OpenSea for Ethereum, Binance, Bitcoin, or whatever the system allows, right? So it will help the coin to grow, the OMI token to grow, right? And it will also, help people who believe in this system to have faith, right? And know that yes, whatever it is, gain or lose, they have something, you know. It's not like one guy out there is trying to control everything that is going on. It doesn't make sense to me. So I think Vivi team needs to work on that, and I believe that they will work on it. It's just time. It's just time. It's just time. It's taking time, but we have to give them time, right? We have to just give them time. And bear in mind that when these things are implemented, because of the way they chose to go about it, it might actually crash the market. And when it does, then that is where the true believers of the system would still stay back and then promote it. Remember, these people have not, this team, they've not even done much of marketing. It's all been word of mouth. It's all been, the community doing the whole thing. And now the sentiment is down. The sentiment is down. So you need to make these people believe in this project again, right? By implementing some of these things you said you will do. It doesn't make sense to have some bunch of pictures, right, in an app that you cannot sell, and you keep selling, and then there's no way for you to convert that to real cash. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. So it has to make sense to us. Really has to do something about it. And I believe that they are doing something. So let's check Twitter for their recent tweets where they debunked some FUD. But I believe they know why it is happening. It's just for them to, do what they are supposed to do, and all this FUD will fade away. Yes, that's what I believe. So let's see. So this is Vivid Twitter, the latest tweets. This is not the one I'm looking for. I do hope, because I saw when they tweeted about something about the fact that they are working on it. I don't know if it is out of stuff. This one was actually talking about how they disable the market, for people not to be able to transfer collectibles within themselves. You know where it all started from? It all started from telling people that the problem is bots. Yes, we agree that bots was a huge problem, right? And then you said we are disabling transfer of gems. No problem about that. So what did these people do? They continue sending out collectibles among themselves, right? Without paying fee. That is fine. So Vivi now came up again and said, we are disabling transfer of collectibles until KYC is done. This KYC is taking time. It's taking time to be done. But I know it's development and it takes time sometimes. When you have the fund and you have the best hand, you can do things pretty faster. So now they've disabled the collectible. But what I think is it does not solve any problem. You know why? Because it just makes it tougher. Yes, yes, it does make it tougher because these people are going to lose some money in terms of fees. But who is gaining from all this? Vivi. Because when you transfer this, you can't transfer again, right? But you can place in the market. Let's say a collectible that is selling for $20, you can place it for $1,000 if what you want to sell is $1,000. And then the person you screenshot that and send to the person, the buyer. The buyer will just go to the market and find that particular listing and buy it, right, with gem. So if the person buys it with gem, here both of you are going to just know how. I know it becomes tougher, but I know it is possible. People are still selling and buying on Telegram. That's the truth. So who's benefiting is Vivi because this fees goes to Vivi, right? So, but that's by the way. What you have to know is we have to give them time. We have to give them time. This is the update they gave on the 2nd of April, and one of these said market listing from the several confirmed bot accounts will be removed. This has been a legal gray area until recently, but we now feel confident that this will go a long way towards a healthier secondary market experience. Okay, collectible transfer are now temporarily disabled until we are able to implement overall KYC. Okay, we expect KYC very soon, or other market listing thresholds such as minimum number of held collectibles or time account has been active. That is still awesome. We understand that settling transfers may be inconvenient, but feel this is absolutely necessary for the recovery and healing of the community, market health, and the longevity of our platform as a whole. Okay. Again, we appreciate your patience through all of this. We strive to make this a truly premium digital collectible experience. There's still a lot at work to do, so we thank you for continuing to believe in the vision. Yes, we believe in the vision, and yes, we even know that something is wrong somewhere because some people have this notion that the team is not listening, they don't know. No, they do know, but you don't expect them to come to social media and start venting it all out. No, as a leader, sometimes when you get all this information, all this feedback, what you do is not to come and start complaining. No, you go back and start working, to solve the problem. So you don't talk until you have solution. And I think that's what the team is doing. The only thing we are asking is that the only place I'm not comfortable is that it is becoming pretty slow to do these things. It is becoming pretty slow, but I still know that there might be reasons behind this, right? Which we all and the general public might not know, except those who are in the team. They have their matrix that show them what to do and what not to do. So now, but if you look at it closely, you see that like the followers 234K. I know when we cross 200, it's been very long, right? And it shows that the community is not growing at the pace it used to grow before. Yes, we sell out the drops, we still sell out drops, right? But the truth is, it is not growing as it used to be before. So the team needs to do more. They need to do more. Overall, I'm still bullish. I still believe in the vision, and I'm going to stick with this project. So let us now use ecomiwiki to look into the market for some scalping opportunity. Okay. Now, if you don't know about this tool, it's a tool that I use for scalping. I use it to like buy and sell because that is what I have to do. I have to find a way to keep increasing my gems to be able to buy more of the holy grails and then keep for the future. So if this project succeeds tomorrow, I should be able to have the collectibles that I like, that I believe in, that I believe that tomorrow is going to be those that gain traction, right? So to do that, most of them are expensive, very expensive. So though right now things are down, the market is down actually, prices are low, but I still need to scalp to be able to like get as much as I want, right? So you might want to be a scalper, you might want to be a long-term holder, whichever one, just make sure you're buying and holding what you like, because that is number one. Then two, what from your research you think is going to stand out tomorrow. Okay, so this is Ecomi Wiki. It's actually £10 per month. I pay for this every month. Okay, so I think I'm logged in now. I'm using the premium version. So once you're logged in, you go to graphs, and they've been able to modify these two very well. That it's becoming more and more interesting every day. And that's why I keep paying for it, even though there's no way for me to cash out my investment from Vivi right now. But I keep paying for this too because it gives me a lot of metrics that I use, to analyze the market. Now here, I mean, all collectibles. Let's see what's going on with the collectibles. Now this three dotted line is where the miracle happens. Okay. What I actually love most about the paid version of these two is the top gainers and top losers. And now they have worked on it by giving you top gainers, top losers for 24 hours, 1 month, and so on, like the time frame now. So let's go to the top gainers. What I do mostly every day I come here, I check the top gainers and see if I have any of them. I sell the one I have if it's in profit, right? And then I buy from the top losers, just like that. Rinse and repeat. It works most times. Sometimes you might be unlucky, and then something that is going down keeps going down. And that is it is what it is. So if that happens to you, you need to buy more. So here are the top gainers. Now here, this is where the miracle happens new. Here you can be able to check top gainer by 24 hours, 1 week, 1 month, 3 months, or maximum, right? That's the total lifespan. Now I'm using 24 hours. For the past 24 hours, Ultraman Ace has done 26%. That's added $215, okay, to the rare Ultraman. And I don't know why people like this Ultraman so much, but I think it's been pretty stable, and I'm going to look into it and see if it is something I'll be holding for the future. Now this is the total. The total is 3,500. It's pretty small, but I know that there are collectibles that are lower in terms of the total supply, and that are not doing as well as this Ultraman here. So maybe those who are holding this are diamond hands, right? I might decide to like check it out, but I'm not checking this out right now. So what you do is you check yourself, anyone that you think is good enough for you, you can sell and rebuy later because this Ultraman might still drop. As you can see, through the lifetime of this collectible, it got as high as 2,800. Now it's selling at 805, which is a bounce from where it was before here, which was 720, right? It bounced here. The last place here was how much? 655, and it bounced all the way to 805, which is pretty awesome, pretty good. And the rationale here, I think most times it's about checking the support and resistance, even though you cannot really use that's 100%. But I'm a trader. I trade cryptocurrency, other altcoins. So sometimes I try to use that knowledge here. It works sometimes, but it's not like it is 100% because charts work when there are more and more people who are using it as their way of making decision. But I'm not sure that the people, we have up to 10 persons who are using this ecomiwiki to check. I don't know what the numbers are, but I think we don't have enough people who are using it maybe to check support and resistance. Well, you can use that, okay, to make decisions. So it was very very simple. When the price got here, it was actually the all-time low for this time frame, right? Remember, this is like the whole lifespan of this collectible, right? So this was like a low, right? It touched it here before and it got even lower here. So it was very simple. You could have just bought and hoping that it would bounce, and it did bounce, right? So, but right now I cannot buy this. I cannot buy it because it's added, and the general sentiment is still bearish somehow in the community. But I see something very nice, that's when I will start buying, things that are in all-time high, hoping that they will keep going up. But right now, as it is now, maybe in a week time you will see it probably drops, and you could probably buy it cheaper. So it's always good to buy if you want to buy for long term the top losers. Okay, it's better than buying the top gainers, except it's something you have, you know, likeness for something you'd want to keep for long term, and you don't care what you buy. Usually, normally the price now is it's very cheap based on where this has actually gotten to before. January 17th it was at $2,850. Okay, so you're actually buying it for like 80, let's say 80% cheaper out there. No, it's not up to 80%, but you're really buying it cheap. Okay. So alligator low key 22%, debt 20%, debt did very bad, you see. Did very bad. But had it been you bought debt 2 days ago or thereabouts, it was at 295, right? Could have been up $76 by now. So, I'm not buying debt. I actually have debt, but I'm not selling. I'm not selling this debt because I bought it very, very high. I'm leaving it there for long term. So this is wasing thing, and so I just keep going, to see what is here that I might want to sell. Okay, I probably said this dragon gear. I bought some few days back. Okay, so that is it basically. Film Martins, I think this morning mine sold for 77. I bought for 65 or thereabout. So that is how I scalp this. Okay. So let's go to the top losers to see what we can buy today. Top losers, 24 hours. Okay. Ecto Interactive, 23%, minus 23%. Let me see how the chart is looking. This is also a good buy because it's actually sitting at close to the all-time low. It's a good buy at this price. And another thing is I need to know which company is behind this because I wouldn't want to go to scalp any coin that is from Marvel. But Marvel, the 8.5%, makes it hard to make profit from this thing based on the market sentiment. So you might want to be checking only those that have 2.5% if you want to scalp. Okay, so I think this is not from Marvel, so it's 2.5% fee. So I might want to buy this. I'm going to open up a notepad and write down what I want to buy. Let me see if I can copy. I'm not sure I can copy. I can just put it Ecto, right? Common. Then let's check Focus. I'm not going to buy this. Focus is still cheap, but I have some of it, but I'm not going to buy it for scalp. You know why? Because it is 8.5%. I think it's Marvel. It's 8.5%, right? So I'm not going to buy anything that is 8.5%. I don't want that. Though with 8.5%, if this recovers, where it used to be, maybe to 57, right? And you minus the 22%, 8% from 22%, you're still up by how many percent? That's 14%, which is still okay, but I don't want that it takes longer time to make money. I want a situation where even if I see 7% or 10%, I can take it. That's scalp. Means you're adding more gems to your account. That's what matters. Red Room, 22%. I'm not going to buy this, even though it's dropped significantly, but this Labbit has not been doing so well. They kept falling and falling and falling. So I'm not going to buy this. I'm not buying this. $75. Deadpool. I'm not buying Deadpool. It is 8.5%. Classic uh, cartoon. This one is pretty good to buy, but I will still not buy. Weapon rack buying. Nessie is, I think it's 8.5%, right? I do have enough nurses, so I'm not buying more. So really, this is where the miracle happened when you come to Memikonos, okay? Memikonos. So ceruleum at 25 is good, it's dropped 20%. So what I'm going to do is when I go there, I'm going to look at how many I can buy at that 25. I buy as much as I can, okay? And then I start selling from, let's say, 30. That's what I do. And you can do this once I repeat, like on a steady. Holiday Growth not buying, it is 8.5%. Alligator Lucky not buying. Ecto Interactive, I'm going to look into this brand. Okay, because I actually wrote it down before. Focus not buying. Redrum no. Deadpool no. Classic Cartoon maybe. We write this down too. Weapon Rack no. Nessie no. Cerulean yes. Alligator low key 19%. Cosmic soup. I'm going to also look into this brand because I have not been scalping them. I actually scalp Mexicanos more. So I know if I need to also add it to my scalp list. I think that is it basically. Cerulean and ecto. I think that is it. So another thing you might want to do is when you come to Mexicanos because they are good for scalp, you can also check out other ones like this shark bite. I have a lot of shark bites. I have many shark bites. I have up to 15 shark bites and it's been dropping like at the time I was scalping it and then it kept dropping and I stopped buying. I kept them for a long time. So you could just check them out and see which of them have also dropped significantly and you can buy. Okay. So that is it for this. Another thing you can check about this too is maybe if you're a long-term investor and you would want to check what's good to buy now, you can go to top losers, select here and choose max to see the top grossing, those that have lost serious money in this lifetime. This hecto here common is 48. It got to 173. Okay. Focus. It's a new coin, so it doesn't really. It's a new collectible. Sorry. So there's no much to see here. The highest it got to was 73. Labit here. Let's see this Labit. Minus 234%. Okay, Labit is good. It's good for long term. This is 263. Minus 175. Minus 15. 43. This is for long term. Minus 19. Wow, this has really dropped very well. So really, highest point it got to was 600 and oh my god. So really got to 600 and that is serious. And then it's been hovering around here. Okay. So Mimiconos are good for long term. Mimiconos are good for long term. So you could just use this metrics to like know what you need to buy for long term if you're a long term investor in this digital collectible. Okay, let's see 1 month for midterm. Okay. Top losers. 1 month. Pretty much the same thing, bringing the same stuffs up again. Deadpool, Weapon Rack, and so on. I think that is where I'm going to end it for now. This is ecomiwiki 2.0. There's no referral link for this. If you want to just go to ecomiwiki.com and you could get an account. The free account will just show you like the tables, I think, list all the collectibles. Okay. Then finally, let's look at comics. See what comics are doing. The top gainers in comics. um, Top gainers. Okay, so let's check out the comics. So here's the comics. I can just go to top losers all time. Let's see, max. And you could just toggle this so that it can arrange it for you. So these are the top losers. I think they don't have the metrics for comics. It's not really advanced the way the other one is. I guess metrics here is not that advanced. But in collectibles, once you put the top losers and you choose max, the all time, then you toggle this so that it can arrange it. Okay, just click here. It will arrange it for you. my top gainers and top losers. Yo, so these are the top losers. It's like Layla is, has lost the most, 2,000 minus 2,520%. So when you click on it, it's selling at $50 right now, but in its life time, it sold for 1,850, $1,085. Okay, and it's selling as low as 50 right now. So the Memicanos actually lost a whole lot. So you might want to pick up some Mimicanos right now because they're cheap, and that's why I'm scalping them. Because no matter what, something that is already on the floor, there's no other place to go to. So no matter what, whatever it is going to lose, from here will not be much. I could just hold them for the future. Okay, and the fee is just 2.5%. That's why I scalp Mimicanos. Okay, so this is where I'm going to end it for today. In conclusion, I still believe in Vivi and Omai. Okay, I still believe on Vivi and Omai. Bullish on them for the future, hoping that the team will be able to, you know, do what they have to do to get this project where it needs to be. Okay, because they have an interesting community of people who are willing to, spread the gospel, people who are willing to tell people about this platform, and they don't even need to spend much on advertisement budgets. They just need to deliver on what they promise to do, and that matters. And the number one thing that I believe if they implement is going to help this project is Vivid to Omai. These collectibles to Omai. For people to be able to sell it, and get their money in Omai. So they can sell their Omai for USDT and cash out if they want. And those who want long term can, if you're afraid of doing this thing, eventually you're going to do it and you might just do it at the wrong time and then you crash your project. But if you just do it and get done with it and use that data to now inform you on what you need to do. It's not just about saying you're building a platform where you can just keep dropping every day. No, you have to work with the forces of demand and supply. And that process cannot work very well when you try to control everything. You will need to allow the system to, the community, you need to allow the forces of demand and supply to apply. So even if you open it up for Ecomi to Vivi to Omai and it crashes the market, so be it. If it does crash it, then let the community grow it by itself. Let these things just work based on the first of demand and supply. That is when you know whether you have a good product or not. Okay, and I believe Vivi is a good product, but that all depends on how the team handles it going forward. So let's see. I believe that they're going to do the right thing and implement all the things they say they will implement so that this project can take flight. Okay, I'll be ending it here. If you've not subscribed to our channel, please do subscribe to this channel and click on the notification button so you can get more updates from us. Thank you and have fun.